I'm automatically in a better mood when the sun's out a little bit. Today is March 15th here in Utica, New York. It looks pretty nice out from inside, but it's not nice out. It's actually about 35 degrees out right now. Not enough for me, but when the wind hits you, it's... If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I do a lot of car, motorcycle, drone, and random videos. I'm pretty much to the point right now that I'm not looking for full-time work ever in my life anymore. So this has been a long time coming for me. A little over 3 years ago, I started with my company that I currently work for. I'm a physical therapist, by the way. My company that I work for, I went in there and I was just looking for per diem work because I was kind of over the whole full-time thing. I went into the building, the nursing home, which I was looking for work at about 3 years ago, and I happened to run into the manager there, and he shook my hand and gave me like an instant tour of the building, and that was amazing. Usually you have to like fill out an application and go through all this, but he gave me a run through right away. I don't know if any of you watch The Office, but that's my favorite show. This guy that I started with the company with, the manager is just like the guy from The Office, like goofing off all the time and like says random funny stuff. There's been times we've come into work and the boss like sits in the middle of the room and just says, "All right guys, can we just sit around and do nothing?" So yeah, I went in there looking for per diem work, and the manager said, "Hey, are you by any chance interested in full-time?" And it's right around the corner from where I live, 5 minutes away. So I said, if the numbers are right, yeah, I'll do it. At this point, I already worked 3 years in my profession, which is physical therapy. And I was looking for just per diem work, but this guy seemed like an excellent boss, and I actually started working there for about 3 years, full time. Damn, look at those pipes. That's when things changed up for me. My boss was cool, but they had to transfer me to another building, which is about 20 minutes from my house, which was already a negative for me. But not only that, the main thing was my new boss was like complete different from my my first boss. My first boss, he was super chill, super relaxed, didn't really give me extra work. This guy is the complete opposite, always giving me extra work all the time. So me personally, I've been saving money ever since I started working, which was when I was 14 years old. I worked at the local golf course for $5.15 an hour. I've been always saving money. I've been saving like 90% of what I make ever since I started working. I've had a lot of friends call me cheap and, you know, hate on me because I used to not spend my money. I actually lost some friends because they thought I was too cheap and, you know, not like them. But look at me now with a Corvette over here. Now when I say retire, I'm retiring from working full time, from working 9 to 5. I'm not retiring from all work. I'm mainly just the full time. I currently have 5 sources of income. From home, I'm making money, not even leaving my house. And at this point, it doesn't even make sense to me to work full time anymore. I made it a goal for myself to reach a certain number of money saved up, and I was gonna start, like when I reach it, I'll start working just per diem as a therapist as needed, because it just doesn't add up to me to work 40 hours a week anymore. Working 9 to 5 is really like modern day slavery. I'm sure you guys have seen videos like this already talking about it, but I feel it more than the average employee thing. Me in particular, I'm a physical therapist, and before you didn't have to have a doctorate degree to be a physical therapist, but now I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and I've been doing this for like 6 years now. And the company I work for, I feel like just a basic employee. you know, working all the time and being busy all the time. It's like I'm a, you know, somebody who just has a high school diploma. If you have a doctorate degree, you should be just working sometimes, just here and there, you know, not even every day, just as needed. Now, there's a lot of reasons why I can pull this off. One big reason is I don't have any kids. I feel like having kids nowadays is like a thing of the past. Like for people who are in their 20s, it really doesn't make sense to have kids to me, unless I'm like, you know, in my 40s or something. But yeah, since I've met my financial goal for money I have saved up, which I'm not gonna mention that, but the more money a man has saved up, like the more valuable your time is, pretty much. Like, I just don't see it as being necessary to work 40 hours a week anymore. I don't know if you guys seen this, but I got my notes over here by the wheel of this sexy car. I got a lot of talking points with this video, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna get all of them down without like me glancing over that. So if you're wondering why there's a notebook by the front wheel there, that's why. By the way, the Corvette is not my only toy. I have more toys. Working full time, I can't even enjoy the nice things I have. Like my Corvette, yeah, I can commute to work with it, but you know, to really enjoy what I have, I feel like I got to be off from work a lot more. In my 20s, I worked extremely hard to save money and, you know, really set up my 30s to be completely different from the average person. I'm not ever looking to have a full-time job anymore unless they offer me like over 100,000, which is just not the case in Utica, New York. So like I said, I have 5 sources of income. That's partially why I can pull this off. But I'm looking at other things too, like potentially real estate investing in the future. I haven't done it yet because it can be a little tricky. You really got to know what you're doing. But you know, with not working all the time, I'm gonna have a lot more time to think about this and just make a plan to do it. My friends and people who know me here in Utica, they all know of my hustler. How would I say? Hustler moves. Every day I'm hustling. Before actually pulling the trigger on this and putting in my 2-week notice, I did a lot of research about it, and one particular YouTuber that I watch is called Beat the Bush, and I watch a lot of his videos before committing to this. He's actually a pretty smart guy. I like a lot of things he talks about. He has a Tesla, by the way. Kind of crazy how an eco-friendly car like the Tesla it's actually faster than my Corvette, but that's the future nowadays. Beat the Bush, by the way, has a Tesla Model 3 Performance. It's an amazing car, but I think this is more fun to drive. Manual V8. Race me, Beat the Bush. Race me. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't race me, Beat the Bush. I can't beat a Tesla. No way. People don't realize how fast the Model 3 Performance is. I feel like I would have to have the brand new Corvette, the 2020 Corvette, to actually win in a drag race. Even then, I think I'd lose. One of my favorite things about my Corvette is just how fast it is, like off a red light. My Honda over there, I'll be honest, it gets beat a lot when I take off from a red light. I drive economically. A lot of cars pull ahead of me, but with this thing, man, this thing just lurches forward, like not even trying to drive fast. If I'm on a red light and a car's next to me, and I even think about being the first one, like going in front of the other car, it's a no. It'll obviously happen. Like, the car is that quick. This car has 400 horsepower and 400 torque. That may not sound like a lot nowadays, with cars having more horsepower and stuff, but This thing is only 3,200 pounds. It moves when you let the clutch go and give it some gas. It has that sexy stance, man. I can't get enough of it. I've always liked the look of a Corvette. It looks just so sporty, like almost like a Ferrari kind of, to me anyway. I know a lot of people are gonna hate on this in the comments, but in person the car looks so much nicer. It's so wide and low. I have the mindset that I'm gonna be a millionaire regardless of if I work full-time or not. It's just gonna happen 100%. The fact that I'm gonna have so much more time on my hands is awesome. I'm gonna be able to enjoy the things I have, but at the same time, I'm not just gonna sit in one spot twiddling my thumbs, you know. I'm gonna be out there hustling, looking at whatever I look at is gonna be like a money-making opportunity for me. This car actually that I bought, I love it, but shortly after buying it, I always consider how am I gonna sell it. Like, I actually posted it for sale shortly after I bought it, just because we live in America and like kind of money, the world revolves around money. The more I look at it, the more I don't want to sell it, but at the same time, money's money. You can always get a newer car. If I get a good chunk of money for this car, I can put it down on a 2015 Corvette, which is, you know, more power, more technology. It's pretty high tech, the newer ones. Back in the day, I feel like to be like, you know, real famous and really make it, you gotta be like famous in Hollywood and in the movies. But nowadays, it's in YouTube. Like, the famous people are on YouTube. I'm trying to really make it big on YouTube, so help me reach my goal of 3,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. I watch a lot of YouTube guys that have Corvettes, like Street Speed 717. He just got the 2020 Corvette. If only I could have a 2020 Corvette. With my frugal lifestyle, I'm probably gonna be 40 by the time I get a 2020 Corvette. Nah, not that old. In about 5 years, I could probably swing it and buy a 2020 Corvette, which is the one with the mid-engine layout, engine in the back, first time for a Corvette ever. But these older Corvettes, man, they got a huge V8 in the front. I don't even mind that. I know people on YouTube are probably gonna rip me apart for saying this, but I feel like this car is better looking in a way than the new Corvette. From the back, I don't know if you guys seen what the new Corvette looks like, but from the back, this one looks amazing. It's got the classic look. I feel like the new one is like, has the square tail lights, and I don't know, it doesn't do it for me really. I've been working extremely hard the past 6 years. I've been working full 40 hours usually, and I do extra on the weekends at other facilities for what's called per diem pay, which is pretty much time and a half. But at this new job, they're making me come in every third Saturday, and it's just like a vibe killer. That's like another thing that's kind of pushing me to quit. Me being transferred to the other job was 100% a downgrade in every way. The bosses kept saying, at least you still have a job, but that may apply to the regular employee that works paycheck to paycheck or something like that, but to me, that's just not the case. For me, after I get paid, you know, the direct deposit hits, doesn't really make much of a difference in my life. I've been saving so much that it's not much different. But yeah, being transferred was 100% a downgrade. Even just the environment I work in, I didn't like it as much. So that kind of pushed me to kind of quit sooner than I would have. I also hope this video inspires some of you to kind of pick up on money saving tactics and, you know, reach your goals of whatever your financial goals are. Not necessarily to quit, but I'm 100% retired from working full time. Look at my shoes. $15 at Walmart. Incredibly comfortable. I have expensive Nikes for the gym, but my regular everyday shoes, my daily, the shoes I daily, they're cheap shoes, memory foam. But yeah, I hope this video inspires some of you guys to achieve your goals and just, you know, be better off financially, since money, the world revolves around money nowadays. Also, I plan on doing a lot more vacation with my free time. To be honest, being at my house is kind of like a vacation for me, but I'm also gonna do actual vacations, going places. Here in my Corvette, because as I said, it's freezing out there, and I'm warming up a little bit, even with the door open, the sun beating on the car. The wind out there is cold, but it feels pretty nice in the car. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Corvettes, this generation that I have, also the newer ones, the roof comes off, and this one has a clear roof, so with the sun beating down on it, if it's cold outside, it's really nice to warm yourself up. It feels so free to be like just typically relaxing, you know. If this was like a work day, I'd have to like run around and do all this work, but it's nice to relax, enjoy what you have. Sometimes they say you should like enjoy the things you have, you know, not to want or be greedy or anything. And like me quitting full-time, I really can enjoy what I have. Man, I love this thing. I never took this roof off before in this car. It's always been cold, so I really wish that when it's sunny, like, I take this off. And I plan on doing some drone videos, me sitting in the car and flying the drone with the roof off. I'll be honest, the Corvette, not that high-tech interior. It's pretty much just a sports car. They were like, we don't care about the interior, just we gotta make a really powerful engine in front and make it go fast. What's cool about this car, I actually got the original window sticker for it. I'll share it with you guys here. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but the Corvette is pretty good on gas. Look at that, 18 city. The color is Victory Red with a red interior. And look at that, they wanted to really show off that the car has 400 horsepower. The total vehicle price was $49,310. That today, nowadays, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but back in 2007, that was probably equal to like 60 or even more than $60,000. The car was originally sold in Salem, Massachusetts. Damn, I didn't even know this. My car is a 2LT. I thought it was a 1LT. Wow. See, I sit back and relax what I have, and I learn something important about my car. This Corvette can actually get really good gas mileage because the gearing is so tall. When you're riding around in the city, doing 30 miles per hour, I can be in 4th gear with the RPMs really low, and that's really not doing much stress on the engine. On the highway, when I'm in 6th gear and I'm doing, let's say, 70 miles per hour, the RPMs are gonna be like 1500. That's really low. So this car is really good on gas. I've actually had the car say in the digital little screen there that it's getting over 30 miles per gallon in 6th gear. And by the way, I did not buy this car to get the ladies. I'm the prize, not the car. The car is just like a nice box. I'm the real present. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, and I'll catch you next time.